welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. And this is my weekly update number 92, and it is December 22nd, 2024. Just a couple days away from Christmas and Hanukkah. So, how's everybody doing on their holiday shopping? Y'all done? You ready? Well, my house this past week has kind of turned into Santa's workshop upstairs with the 3D printers. The elves are having a little problem with product testing and quality control. But that's okay. One of the things that did come out this week is my husband had printed these little Christmas trees. You can see the one back there. Let me get it. And it's not going to really show well with my lights on, but there's a little tea candle in there, a flameless candle, so it lights up there in the dark. So he made the small size, and then he decided he wanted it bigger. So he started making some of these. And then this one doesn't have a candle in it, it's just plain. So they've been making those, or my husband made a couple of, but my husband's really been making stuff up there and he's having problems. But that's okay. Santa's workshop is in my house. Now, let's see, what else this week? Oh, me and my pens. Well, everybody that watches my channel knows I love my pens. My pens, I don't know how to sew without my pens. We're having some trust issues this week, let me tell you. So, earlier in the week, I was at the hospital most of the day. I had a family member that was having surgery, so I was there, and I wore a fluffy cardigan. Keep warm, you know. Hospitals can get cold. So, I was there, and then when I came home, I was feeling a little tired, but I'm like, you know what, it's going to be dinner time soon, so I'll just stay up and do some sewing. So, I was doing some sewing, and once again, I still had on my fluffy cardigan, and this pattern, I'm like, I can't keep my eyes open. So I went to lay down on the bed, take a nap. My husband had made the bed. So I laid down, I just took my cardigan off and threw it over me while I rolled over. And suddenly I got a sharp stabbing sensation in my rear end. Sure enough, I'd had a pin that poked me through my jeans into my behind. So my pins literally bit me in the behind this week. So we're having a little trust issues. I believe the pins, you know, hopped on the cardigan. They took a ride upstairs in the cardigan, and I rolled onto it, and it bit me in the behind. So we're working through it. Starting to trust those pins again, but like I said, we've had a little trust issues this week. Okay, so now next week, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a weekly update just because, well, there's a lot of things going on, but I will be having videos pretty much every day through the end of the year coming out, maybe even a little bit longer. So if I don't do a weekly update, there's still many other videos that will be coming out. So as far as sewing and quilting, what else did I do? Well, the quilt behind me, as you can see, it was hanging up there last week, but I got the binding on. Now, this quilt, I did go ahead and put that in my trunk show that's going to come out on December 25th. I usually wait till I have about 10 quilts and then do a trunk show. It took a little bit longer this time just because, quilting, I haven't been really able to do much quilting. But December 25th, there will be a trunk show. So I got the binding all around that. We'll go in, take a closer look at it. So there's the quilt that I showed last week. I just have the red and black plaid binding all the way around. It's got the snowflakes throughout it, quilted in that dark gray thread. And we'll just look at the binding or the backing. There's my label in the corner. also got another quilt top done, and it is the 3-yard quilt from Fabric Cafe that I had that snowman batik and the other batiks. Let's hang it up and we'll take a look at that. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a closer look at that in just a second. But this is the Delight pattern from the Magic of the 3-Yard Quilts book. So let's go look at it. So there it is, starting at the top, working our way down with my snowman in there. Or snowmen over there at the borders. Okay, so I finished that. When I quilt this, I will probably use that snowflake pantograph again. So I did work on another quilt top this week, but I do have videos of that coming out in about a week, so you'll see that then. So, what else did I work on? Well, let me show you as far as my piecing goes. So, I worked on this quilt right here. Let's see if I can find the name of it. This Blue Diamonds quilt. Got glare going on. And this is from the Quilt by Color, Susan Aki. Let's see if I had a better picture here somewhere. Might be a little bit better picture. There we go. I worked on this quilt. Now, of course, I have different fabrics. And let's see where I am. Still working on some of those blocks. We have those, working on some of those. We have some of these blocks. We're just doing stitch and flips in 3 of the corners, not all 4. And then this is the start of some flying geese units. So we're working on that. Still in lots of pieces. All right. And let's see. I got this sew sampler I worked on. Let's pull that out. Oh, I worked on this Buzz quilt pattern from Lori Holt. Now, these 4 patches have been done for a while, but let's look at my bees. Here's where I am with the bees. Starting to see those bees. I do just have these sides pinned together, so I still have to sew them to finish them out. So there's just some of the bees. See. Here's one back here. So there's a few of them. And that's what it'll look like when it's done. So I worked on that, and then I worked on 2 other quilt projects. I worked on another sew sampler, the Enchanted quilt pattern. And this is where I am on those. Basically just making those triangles there. Now I've got all of those pinned together, still pinned. They don't fit in the sew sampler box so well, but I'm gonna make them. There we go, just to keep things organized. And I worked on the Swan Island pattern from Elizabeth Hartman. Let's see here. I've got different pieces going on here. Let's see. Now this is going to be for that black swan. You can start to see, now they're penned, so they're a little not quite together. But here's part of that swan, the head there. There's the black swan. There's the white swan. Like I said, they're penned, not sewn, so they're not exactly looking looking like they should yet. So I've worked on that. And then we can get back here and work on, and well, back here and show you some of the other things. Like this is starting to work on some of the feathers. Back through there will be the feathers. And there's a bunch of other pieces that are pinned together through there. That's working back through the feathers on there. But that's where I am on that. So I think that's everything as far as quilting that I've worked on this week. Let me go on to cross stitch. Now I finally finished the May Simply Saying. There's that, Live Life in Full Bloom. I finished that. So I started working on June. Haven't got much progress because I just started working on this yesterday. But here's what the June says. I'm walking on sunshine. And there's where I am. Working on that. And my cardigan, or not cardigan, my progressive tunic is what they're calling it. From the Curvy Girl crochet book. And this is a picture of what I'm working on. Now this is basically like a tank top, and I'm not doing stripes. I'm holding two threads together, kind of get a marble look, but it will be that same throughout. So, if you remember previously, I had done the back and then realized I had left out a bunch of rows. So I'm going to have to redo the back. But I did finish the front. Here is my front. I don't know, that's still looking a little big, but we'll see when it gets all done. I know you can't really see that. But there is my front. There's where the armholes come through. And so I finished the front and I started over on the back. That is the far as I've gotten on the back. So that'll probably take a while to get that all done. Okay, so and since it's kind of hard to see where the rows start and this with using the crochet yarn, I'm just starting completely over in the back and instead of trying to rip out and then go from there. I'm just going to start completely over, which is what I did, and that's as far as I've gotten. Now I've also started a new diamond painting. Let me show you that. Okay, oh, let me show you the picture. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see, but this is Snowy Village from Diamond Dots. Those are the pictures down there. And this is where I am. All right, so that is everything that I've worked on, completed throughout the week. Just a reminder, next week I may or may not have a weekly update. It just depends on what's going on with the holidays. There's a lot going on, so we'll see. But I will have lots of videos coming out, like pretty much every day. Or not pretty much, there is. And then we'll continue over maybe until the beginning, for a couple days, beginning of the New Year's. We'll see. All right, till next time. Bye.